We all know the feeling. It's been raining all winter and it looks like continuing for the summer. Nothing but clouds in sight. And what you need is a holiday. Tina Maher certainly knows that feeling. But can she convince her husband Eamon to abandon the usual trip to the country and organise a holiday in the sun? In this week's Read Right Now, we'll follow Tina and Eamon as they set about organising a holiday. Where will they go? How much is it going to cost? And where will the money come from? Along the way, we'll be looking at filling out a credit union application form, reading a holiday brochure, and finally, writing a cheque to pay for the holiday. Ernie Sweeney and Mary Walsh have recently completed a return to learning course, and they found it a far cry from what they remember of their school days.
Being an adult learner, you often found that you were on a one-to-one basis with your tutor. They didn't sort of shout and roar at you if you didn't understand something. They'd go back over it and go back over it again if they needed to.
Today they fully understand, and you're not treated with platitudes or sympathy around them. You're treated as an equal, and they're there to teach you your 3 R's. And to seeing that you're so hungry to learn, they're hungry to teach, because there's greater joy in heaven for one sinner than 99 good people. And any of your average teachers, if they can find somebody who's hungry to learn, who didn't get the chance, they are so rewarded. They rejoice in your success.
I thought, here's my chance to get back into the education programme, to make something in my life, to have something in a couple of years down the road where I can go in and I can go for any job that I want to.
And there are people trained to understand, and they'll nurture you along. And it's just like any other gift that you have in you. For argument's sake, we all have 1,000 gifts. You at the moment are deprived of 2 basic, reading and writing. But when you achieve those 2 talents and gifts, they'll complement all of the other talents within you.
I've made friends. My confidence has soared. We've been on loads of day trips. I've seen things in Ireland that I never knew were even there. And I know that at the end of it, I'll have achieved something for me, not for anybody else, but for me.
There'll be more from Ernie and Mary later, but now it's off to County Clare, where Tina Maher is not a happy woman.
God, if I have to look out at this weather all summer, I think I'll go mad. I bet you it'll be the same as last year. A few fine days in May, just to get our hopes up, then wind and rain and clouds.
Ah, come on, Tina, cheer up. The forecast is better for tomorrow. Hey, if I get the car fixed, maybe we'll go out for a drive somewhere and have our lunch out somewhere nice. What do you think?
What do I think? I'll tell you what I think. I think there's as much chance of the sun shining tomorrow as us winning the lottery. What I need and what you need is a holiday, a decent holiday.
A holiday? What sort of a holiday? I could think of a lot of things we need more right now than a holiday.
Talking about a holiday in the sun, where you get up in the morning and the sun is shining all day, every day for a full 2 weeks. Can you just imagine it?
Sure, I can imagine it all right. But it would cost the earth. Would we not be better off with a couple of long weekends away, maybe in Kilkee or Ballybunion? Or how about the sunny southeast, Courtown or somewhere like that?
Eamon, my mind is made up. We are going to the sun. I am sick of this weather. And I will go and get some brochures on Monday, and you will go and join the credit union, and we'll start saving right away.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I suppose we could get a few brochures and have a look, but I don't know, I still think that...
Right, let's have a look at the calendar and see if we can figure out a date. We could leave it until September or October. It's supposed to be a bit cheaper then, and that would give us more time to save up as well.
Yeah.
Now, we've May and June and July, August. See, that gives us loads a week to save up. So have a look at September.
Well, I have to keep in mind on the holiday roster as well. I'm not sure what way it's going, but maybe last week of September, maybe first week of October. Not sure where the roster is.
When planning ahead for any event, whether it's a birthday, anniversary, a hospital appointment, or like Eamon and Tina, working out when to take their annual holidays, a calendar is a must. A yearly calendar contains the 12 months of the year, from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, through to December. Tina and Eamon needed to find a suitable 2-week period to take their holiday. Let's have another look at how they arrived at a decision. Because they were looking for a bargain, Tina and Eamon decided a holiday later in the year when prices are generally a little cheaper. Tina also knew that many holiday flights leave on a Saturday, so she was looking for a Saturday towards the end of September. Having first located the month of September, the 9th month of the year, she checked the dates of Saturdays. And just for good measure, they also looked at the first couple of Saturdays in October.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. I'd like to open an account, please.
We have an application form here, which you might like to complete there. Just spells out your name, address, telephone number, and the signature there.
Sure.
I would need identification from you, photographic, like a passport.
All right. Well, I brought my driver's license and a telephone bill because I spoke to the girl on the phone before, and she said what I'd need.
Great. Yeah. Right. If you give me those, so I can take a copy of those.
Okay. This is my phone bill and driver's license.
Great. Now, you might like to complete that there, so
Sure.
I'll leave you a pen there.
Oh, yes,
if you
thank
like.
you very much.
You can just filling that out there. You can come back to me there.
Very good. All
Would
right.
you like to fill it over
Yes.
there at the
Okay,
table?
that's wonderful.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Now, let's see. Name. Yeah, there you go.
Great. I'll just run down through that, yeah. Yeah, that's perfect now. What I'll be doing now is I'll be allocating an account number to you.
Yep.
Now, this is your passbook, Eamon. Now, you will always need this passbook when you're lodging or withdrawing money. If you ever wanted to withdraw money, you must present that at all times before you can withdraw any money.
Yeah,
No.
that's fine. I guess all we need to do now is just start putting away a few
Start-
bob and we'll
yeah.
see how we go.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you know,
That's
and the sooner you start saving,
Absolutely.
the sooner you'll be able to start
That's
borrowing.
wonderful.
Right,
Thank you very
Eamon,
much for your help.
thanks very
Yes.
much indeed, and
Thank
I
you.
hope you enjoy your holiday and you go abroad.
Thank you
Send us a
very much.
postcard.
Absolutely.
Okay, Eamon,
you.
thanks very much. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Whether you're joining a sports or a social club, opening a bank account, or, as in Eamon's case, joining his local credit union, there's nearly always a form of some description to be filled in. Eamon did his homework in advance. He phoned up and found that he needed to bring some sort of identification with him. It's a good idea to inquire first by telephone what you need. It'll save time and trouble on the day. Then there was the application form. Like most forms, it had name, address and contact phone number. It also requested Eamon's date of birth, which he put in the appropriate spaces. There were a couple of questions on the form which didn't apply to Eamon, so he simply put a line through them to indicate that he had read the questions, but they didn't apply to him. If he'd left it blank, the person reading the form might think that he had simply ignored the question. Remember, when filling out a form, to read any instructions carefully, such as requests to fill it out in block or capital letters. Don't forget that you don't have to fill the form out in front of anyone. You can take it to another counter, as Eamon did, or simply take it home and bring it back later. Also, it's quite usual for people to read aloud when filling in forms. Doing this can help to make sense of long and complicated questions.
Well, have you decided on anywhere yet?
You know, they all look fantastic and there's so much to choose from. I really can't decide which one.
Well, there's no point in just choosing by looking at all the nice pictures. We have to figure out how much this is going to cost us. Then we might be able to make up our minds. Here, let me have a look. Is there any place in particular that caught your eye?
There was, yeah, that one. Portugal.
Portugal.
I think I saw a nice one in there. On the Algarve. Carva something.
Here we go, Carvo Aero.
Okay, I think that's it.
Oh.
You see the nice swimming pool. There's trees there where you could sit in the shade if it got a bit much. I thought that looked really nice.
Okay. Now let's see how much is it going to cost. Oh yes, here are the prices. Let me see now. Apartment in Villa Altino. Well, it's less expensive if we take it all in October.
Okay.
From October 1 on, the price per week appears to be £379, and it's just £92 for the extra week.
That's not so bad, is it? We
It's
can
not so
afford
bad.
that.
I'd say we might be just a bit, able to afford that by the time October comes around anyway. That's assuming that.
Working out the cost of your holiday is a very important step, but some holiday brochures don't make it very easy. There are usually several columns of information listing numbers of people, length of holiday, dates that the holiday starts, and the type of accommodation. From this example, let's see how to work out the cost of a 1-week holiday for 2 adults starting on June 3rd. You can do this by first locating the column listing the dates, June 3rd, and then going down the column listing duration of the holiday, 1 week. The point where the 2 columns meet is the figure you want. You can apply this method to all similar types of form. There are several examples featured in section 11 of the Read Write Now workbook, which you might like to have a go at.
Eamon, how's it going? You're not doing the all overtime again, are you? Jenny, you're here morning, noon and night these days.
Don't talk to me. I need every penny I can get. Tina is only after booking us a foreign holiday this year. I don't know what's gotten into her. Kilkee was always good enough for her before. I'm sure it's going to cost a small fortune.
Sure, I suppose you have to live a little. When are you off?
Oh, not till October. It'll give us a while to get a few bob together.
October? You haven't seen that sign in the canteen then, have you? Something about holidays. I thought it said you had to take all your holidays by the end of June.
Oh my God, you're joking me. Tina'll kill me. She was going in today to book the holiday. I think she even paid the deposit. Are you sure about that?
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you should check it out yourself. We'll see you around.
Good luck. I better do that right now. I knew we should have taken a few long weekends away. Annual holidays. All staff should contact the personnel office about their annual holiday as early as possible and before the end of June at the very latest. F. McGrath, Personnel Manager. They only want us to tell them about when we're taking our holidays before the end of June. Whew, I better do it right now. But wait till I catch that Donal. I'll teach him to give people heart failure by telling them they have to take their holidays before the end of June.